Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas with this inspirational morning walk. First time listeners, I get some exercise in the mornings and I share my thoughts with you guys. Whatever I'm inspired to talk about that day, I'll just share with you guys. Once again, it's a beautiful day here in Houston. It's nice and cool. We're in the 60s, nice and cool weather. Nice and cool weather. It's not so hot and sticky. It's some of the best weather this time of the year in Houston. But yeah, it's a great day, nice sunny day today. So I'll get some work in, man. So just want to remind you guys, first time listeners, I got on YouTube, we have lots of these little motivational talk. Just try to do something in the mornings to get your juices flowing, get you in a positive mindset to take on the day. You can go on YouTube. You're going to find a lot of little motivational stuff on there that you can benefit from. And so you can go on there, and while you're there, you can just subscribe on there. But today, what I want to talk about today is growth. It's about growth. Patricia Blackman, good morning. How are you doing today? About growth. We want to talk about growing and not staying at the same level, and your professional life and in your Christian walk. You want to keep growing, right? You don't want to stay at the same level, right? So, sometimes we ask somebody how things are going. They might say, "Oh, same old, same old." It should never be the same old, same old. You're supposed to be growing, doing something a little different. Read a little book. Expand your knowledge in some areas. Do something a little different to get, to continuously growing. Because once we get life, we need to keep growing. Because life gets stagnated, that's when it gets boring, right? So we just need to keep growing, keep your mind active, right? So let's look at some quotes here about growth, and then we can get into a little discussion about growth. Let's look at some famous quotes here. It said, "We cannot become what we need to be by remaining where we are. We cannot become what we need to be by remaining where we are." Right? I'm going to read that again. We cannot become what we need to be by remaining where we are. The next one is, "You are the same today that you are going to be 5 years from now, except for two things: the people with whom you associate and the books you read." So it said, you are the same today as you're going to be 5 years from now, except for two things: the people with whom you associate and the books you read. So if you associate with your different people and read different books, you're going to grow. What you become is far more important than what you get. What you become is far more important than what you get. What you get will be influenced by what you become. What you become is far more important than what you get, and what you get will be influenced by what you become. That's by Jim Rohn. And the business of expanding your consciousness is not an option. Either you are expandable or expendable. That's by Robert Schuller. He said either you are expandable or expendable. Meaning if you don't grow, you can become not of much value to your organization, your church, whatever you're involved in. If you don't keep growing, you're not going to be valuable to them, and they might just get rid of you, right? And I'll give you a little story about that. Unless you try to do something beyond what you have already mastered, you will never grow. Unless you try to do something beyond what you already mastered, you will never grow. And that's what I try to teach the kids I work with in the basketball and my son. You got to keep pushing your ceiling. You got to keep pushing your ceiling. You get tired of this. If you reach that ceiling and you stop and you don't push past it, you start feeling your growth. You're not getting better. You're staying at the same. So when you get an uncomfortable feeling, you got to push a little past that today, a little past it, and you keep getting better and better and better, and you're growing. And to this point here, if you're expandable or expendable, there was a lady at her job, 22 years at the job, and an opportunity came up, and she said, "You know what, I'll apply for this opportunity. It's a promotion." So when she applied for the opportunity, applied for the job, she didn't get it. The person with less experience than her got the job. And she was like, "Go to HR. She said, "I don't understand this." She go to HR and find out why she didn't get the job. HR said, "You know why you didn't get the job? Your application, your resume states you have 22 years of experience, but that's not true. You have 1 year of experience 22 times. Let that sink in. She says you have 22 years of experience in this particular job. But HR told her, no, you have 1 year of experience 22 times. It's a big difference. That means she sat in the position that she was in and did not grow. She do the same thing over and over for 22 years. So you don't have 22 years of experience. She said you have 1 year experience 22 times. You didn't grow. You didn't learn nothing different. You didn't seek to upgrade yourself. The same way you were doing it from 22 years ago when we taught you it is the same way you're doing it right now. You didn't bring nothing to the table. You didn't add nothing to yourself. You didn't upgrade. You didn't do an extra little course. You didn't do nothing. So it says not 22 years of experience you have. 1 year experience 22 times. So that's why the other person get the job in front of you, right? So let's look at this little story here with a Japanese carp. It's a fish commonly known as the koi, right? It's the koi. If you put the koi, this little fish, in a small bowl, it will grow to about 2 to 3 inches long. You keep it confined in this small bowl, it would grow 2 to 3 inches in length. Now, if you put that same fish in a large tank or a small pond, it would grow 6 to 10 inches. You put it in a little bigger tank, or a small pond or a larger tank, those people got aquariums, put it in a tank, that same fish will grow to a 6 to 10 inches long. Now you put the same fish in a large pond, you put it in a larger space now, it will grow to 1.5 feet. 1.5 feet long. Now you put that in a huge tank where it can actually stretch out and reach its potential, that same fish would grow to 3 feet in length. 3 feet, the same fish. So you see, you keep it in a small bowl with 2 to 3 inches. So a lot of us are in that small bowl and will not reach our full potential because we want to stay in that small bowl, and we're going to only grow in 2 to 3 inches long when we can grow up to 3 feet. So what I'm saying, come out of the comfort zone, put yourself in different situations, put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. As this saying said, if you master something, you always got to try and do a little bit more and go on beyond the stuff that you master because you stop growing. So this same little fish, us, you keep it in a small bowl, it reaches 2 to 3 inches. You put it in a large, huge tank, it grow up to 3 feet. So a lot of us have the potential to go to that 3 feet, but we still 2 to 3 inches because we are not coming out of that small little bowl. I'm saying you got to come out of there. You got to get different experience, expand your knowledge, and keep growing. As for Christians, we got to continue to listen to great messages, continue to read the Bible, continue to grow in our Christian walk. We will never outgrow the Bible. We will never understand the Bible. We're dead and gone and still got things we still need to figure out about our Christian walk and about the Bible. And in your professional life, you got to continue to grow. As Robert Schuller said, you either be expandable, you can grow with a company, or expendable. Because if you're not growing and someone else is growing faster than you, they'll get rid of you, right? They will get rid of you. So, and growth is a process. You can't rush growth. Growth is a process. What you do today is for today, and then tomorrow you got to improve little by little, and keep growing. You just can't come from here, boom, and get, just a big success overnight. Don't be like the goose, the farmer that killed the goose that laid the golden egg. He went out one day, he bought this goose, and he saw this nice shiny egg. When he looked at it, it was pure gold. So he's like, okay, every day the goose lay one egg, and you keep getting rich, you get rich. But one day you get so greedy, you decide, you know what? I'm going to just kill the goose and get all the eggs that's inside of it and get rich over, multiply my riches 100-fold. But when he killed the goose, no egg was inside, right? So that's like growth. You got to do it little by little, day by day. You just don't get there, overnight. That's what I tell the kids to grow a little each day. If this task said if you do 100 push-ups, you're gonna get this much stronger, but you got to do it 10 each day. Don't think you can do 100 one day and just get the strength that it said and get. No, you got to do it day by day, little by little, and keep growing and keep growing. So I want to encourage people, man, come out to your comfort zone. I see some people grown and they're still in the little neighborhood. They're still in the borough. They're still in the city. They never even left the city to experience something different. Still in the state. Never left to experience something different. Never do nothing to experience something different. So just like this little fish, you're just keeping yourself in that little bowl and you really can't stretch out to get to that 3 feet for your full and reach your full potential. So I'm encouraging people today, step out, read, increase your knowledge, increase your environment, get different experiences where you can experience different things and you can continue to grow. So I'm gonna just leave you with one little or two little scriptures here, and then I can leave it there. It said, this is Isaiah 54, 2-3. Isaiah 54, 2-3. Say, enlarge the place of your tent, stretch out your curtains wide, do not hold back, lengthen your cords, strengthen your stakes, for you will spread out to the right and to the left. Your descendants will dispossess nations and settle in their desolate cities. So he's saying, stretch out, build new tents, prepare for the growth, because you're going to be growing. So you prepare for the growth. That's what he was telling them. Let's look at one more. This is 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of a child behind me. So he's saying he growing from child into adulthood. You got to continue growing. You got to continue evolving. Don't do the same thing we were doing 20 years ago and you're still doing it now and say, well, I did it so for 20 years. Yes, but times change. You change. You're at a different stage of your life. You continue doing that, you're going to be obsolete. You're going to be outdated. So you got to keep changing. You got to keep growing, guys. So I can leave that there. But you guys have yourself a great day. And we'll talk again on Friday. All right. Goodbye.